You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tuccy and Eric Reamer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome to the Experience Pros radio show with Angel and Eric. Thank you for taking time out to tune in to us. We are going to rock your world today.
I absolutely hope to.
You hope to?
I hope to.
I hope so.
I'm already rocking. We're rolling. Life is happening, and I think if we blink, we're going to miss it. So we're happy that you're here with us to kickstart our show. We're going to go right to the phones with Cheryl Braunschweiger with ALMC Mortgage. Cheryl, welcome to the show.
Wow, good morning. What a way to start the show.
You know, I hope to.
I hope so, too.
Nice. Cheryl, do you have a business tip that's going to help us understand what's going on in the world of mortgage?
You know, I want to talk a little bit about how to impress a seller, right? We talk a lot about how to get a buyer qualified, but we really don't talk about that process then of actually making an offer on a house. And I love the question of, what should I do to be a professional buyer and impress the seller?
Ooh.
You know, the last thing you want to do is watch your dream home slip away, right? Because you've got poor behavior, you've got a really lowball offer, for example. You know, remember I always talk about real estate is very emotional. So you are making an offer on someone's home that is very dear to them. So if you lowball or don't present an offer to the seller that they won't be able to accept, you're really putting yourself in a bad spot.
You know, and you never think of that. You're out there and you think you're getting a bargain, but you don't realize what, you know, kind of the impression that you're leaving with them, do you?
Right, and so you really do want to put your best foot forward. And I'm not saying, you know, pay more than a home is worth or offer more, you know, than it's listed for. But I'm saying be fair. Make an offer that they won't be insulted by, frankly.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and the other thing is, you know, it's increasingly difficult to get qualified for a mortgage, honestly. I mean, it's out there, the money is available, but, you know, it's a bit of a challenge. So making sure that you are completely qualified before you make an offer will also make the seller understand that you are a serious buyer.
All right, excellent.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, so, you know, a couple tips, again, just to impress the seller, make sure that when you go to their home, you know, you are respectful of their home and their property and their things and their neighborhood. You know, you don't want to badmouth the neighborhood or talk to the neighbors and say, oh, what you don't like about the property. It will get back to the sellers, and it could affect the ability for them to accept your offer.
Absolutely. Well, Cheryl, thank you so much, because you're dealing with people, and we forget sometimes that yes, we're making a transaction. We want to be tough and we want to be, you know, get the fair deal, but we are also leaving an impression on our potential neighbors as well, because how we treat that current seller,
that's right,
will also go back to our brand new neighbors as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and I think that that's really important to remember. You know, being a qualified buyer, being a seller also who prices their home right, you know, just makes the transaction so much smoother for everyone and ensures that we will have a closing.
Excellent. And all loans must close when you deal with ALMC Mortgage. Cheryl, tell our listeners where they can contact you.
Absolutely. It's at almcmortgage.com. You could also call me at 303-696-6933. And since we have an extra day this year on this leap year,
yes,
I am working 366 days this year.
You know, nobody does it like Cheryl Braunschweiger. I'll tell you, you can find ALMC Mortgage and Cheryl on our Extreme Customer Service Directory at experiencepros.com/directory. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You know, she's always just makes me smile just with her energy.
I've now dubbed her the smile maker.
It's true.
You know, if you're a first-time home buyer and you're curious and you're wondering if you're going to be able to qualify for that home, give Cheryl a call. She'll put a smile on your face. She'll educate you. She'll help walk you through that process. 303-696-693 and 303-696-6933, and of course she's listed on our Extreme Customer Service Directory.
Absolutely.
That you can find at experiencepros.com/directory.
Leap Day, February 29th, and that means you get a bonus day of Cheryl Braunschweiger and business tips and insights coming in next on the Experience Pros Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Looking for a cause worthy of your support? MyFavoriteNonprofit.com is an online community that hosts thousands of nonprofit organizations for your consideration. Whether your passion is for animals or medical research, from education to the environment, MyFavoriteNonprofit.com will help you find and raise funds in support of that cause. Make a difference in your community. Join MyFavoriteNonprofit.com today.
All leads groups are not created equal. When a sense of community and solid connection are important to you and your business is on the line, the Colorado Association of Sales Helpers, or CASH Group, is the place for you. The CASH Group provides an excellent way to grow your business through word-of-mouth referrals. Tom Harper of the Food Guy Catering says, "I've been networking for over 25 years, and the CASH Group is the most professional, effective, and fun group of people I've ever had the pleasure of working with." Al Pridemore of Pride Auto Care says he wouldn't trade this group of people for anything. The CASH Group. More than just a leads group, it's a family business. Based in Centennial, visit the Cash Group online at cashgroup.com.
Every mortgage loan requires title insurance, and you have a choice of the title company you want to work with. Choose Trinity Title. Trinity Title, locally owned and awarded as Small Business of the Year, offers you the most customer-focused closing experience. Check with your real estate agent and make sure they're working with Trinity Title. Get the mortgage insurance you need by calling Trinity Title at 303-470-1213 or online at trinity-title.com. Trust Trinity Title to insure you. Trinity-title.com.
When you need a product or service, who do you trust to get the job done right? Where do you look for those companies that are absolutely guaranteed to put your needs first? Is there a place where customer service reigns supreme? You bet there is. The Extreme Customer Service Directory is now online, and every company on this list has met with our rigid standards of customer-forward business practices and the highest quality service and products. When you need someone that you can absolutely trust, turn to the Extreme Customer Service Directory at experiencepros.com/directory. We guarantee it.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Hi, Herb White here from Life Certain Wealth Strategies with financial planning tip number 31, the importance of bonds. Bonds are a strategic companion to other investment options in a well-rounded portfolio due to their inherent stability and income potential. But are they the right choice for you? We have prepared a special report that will help you understand more about bonds. This report is called The Importance of Bonds in a Financial Plan. To get your free copy today, visit our website, lifecertain.com. For more financial planning tips, listen to America's Wealth Management Show here on KLZ 560 every Saturday morning from 9 to 10.
Ken Clark, Jason Worley, Grassroots Radio Colorado, this afternoon at 5 on KLZ 560, The Source.
The experienced pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/The Revolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
My Corona.
No.
I think that's what it was supposed to be.
No,
My Corona.
it wasn't. No, I'm thinking that Charlie's giving me some music to get my groove on, so hopefully I won't be tongue-tied the rest of the program. So I'm shimmying out my tongue-tiedness.
All right. I thought it was My Corona, but I do know this is Business Tips and Insights. And Dr. David Friedman from Arapahoe Chiropractic is on the line with us. Dr. Friedman, how are you?
Good. How are you, Eric and Angel?
Wonderful. Are you sure it's not My Corona?
Sounds good to me.
I didn't know. So what's our business tip for today?
Well, being in the healthcare business, we find that keeping your weight down is very important for your overall health, important to reduce the risk of diabetes, heart disease, stroke. I know a lot of people that carry extra weight have problems with their knees and hips and end up with hip and knee replacements. So at Arapahoe Chiropractic, we're all about helping people maintain their health. We have a couple different programs to help people lose weight and exercise. We add that to chiropractic, acupuncture, massage, nutritional support, and even some things to help people relax, like biofeedback and yoga. We try and offer a well-rounded package here.
Yeah, say that 3 times fast. That's tough. But it is well-rounded over at Arapahoe Chiropractic, and you've got so many different things going. And, Doctor, you bring up a great point. I think that, and look, I've lost 15 pounds. I'm getting ready to lose another 5. I'm working in that direction. And I think that, if we take an accurate look, and sometimes it takes somebody else's eyes to give us an accurate look, and get some good solid help, like from the folks over at Arapahoe Chiropractic, we can start the year with a kickbang.
Absolutely. When patients want to lose weight, we take their body fat measurements, figure out their BMI, figure out what their appropriate weight is for their height, and then we help them set goals to reach their ideal weight.
Well, and I love it that it's kind of like a one-stop shop. So you don't have one client, or you don't go to one professional who tells you, okay, you need to do this, and then you go to another professional who gives you maybe just as good of advice, but they're conflicting. You've got somebody who's looking at your whole body, your whole package, your entire physical well-being. And so whether it is for relaxing or weight loss or any injury or recovery, Arapahoe Chiropractic is the one place that can take care of all your entire body from head to toe. I love that, Dr. Friedman.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. And would you please tell us where we can find Arapahoe Chiropractic?
Sure. You can reach us at 303-221-3600 or at arapahoechiropractic.com. And we're near the DTC on Arapahoe Road and Holly Street.
Very nice. Dr. David Friedman with Arapahoe Chiropractic, 303-221-3600. Give him a call today and, see if you can get something scheduled to help you lose that weight.
Yeah, make your appointment and schedule something, and don't delay. You're thinking about it right now. Pick up the phone and give Dr. Friedman's office a call at Arapahoe Chiropractic. I need some more music, Charlie.
All right. Well, one of these, apparently the 29th is causing all kinds of tongue-tied activities in both of us. It is time for business tips and insights, and interestingly enough, I'm I can't say it either.
Oh my goodness!
Scavenging the internet, and I found an article on the 4 rules of successful negotiation.
Are we going to do this?
I don't think so.
We better not.
It's live.
We better bring in some experts in. Luckily, it's not just us in the program.
Here we go. So 4 rules for successful negotiation. Number 1, listen. Isn't that
We're listening.
Shut up. Just listen. I think that is across the boards one of the biggest things that we've ever learned. When we went into the consulting practice, we had to learn to listen.
Absolutely. And we all know better, the whole thing of 2 ears, 1 mouth.
Right.
We do need to listen, and we need to do twice as much listening than we do talking. But there are times where we learn that lesson the hard way.
Yep.
And hopefully you learn the lesson, because it is probably the most valuable, successful tools you have.
Right, absolutely. And again, we're talking about negotiations here. Negotiation is a big part of business across the boards.
But you know what happens in a negotiation? If you listen, they're going to tell you exactly what they want.
Absolutely.
Exactly how you can help them. Exactly their time frame. Exactly their pain.
That's right.
And so all you have to do is listen. There are times.
They arm you with ammunition.
They do.
And the funny thing is, as consultants, we learned that most people know what the answer to their problem is. They just have to talk it out.
Yeah, and then you can help.
Yep.
Then you know exactly how to help, and you don't have to negotiate for some of the wrong pieces that don't fit their problem.
But if you are negotiating, and we'll give you an example, let's just say your son wants money to go to the mall. Step number 2, follow that process. Gather his opening position. He wants money to go shopping. Ask for more information. What will he spend the money on? And step 3, reach a compromise. Yes, it's that simple.
Oh, okay, so say those things again.
All right, gather the opening positions. Listen.
Okay.
Son wants to go shopping.
Right.
All right. Number 2, ask for more information. More listening.
Okay.
Let him do the talking, right?
All right.
It's what you said.
I know.
And then 3.
I know, but you said it better.
Reach a compromise. Find something that you want and throw it on the table.
How can it be a win-win for everybody rather than just jumping to, I need to be right. I come in with my preconceived ideas, what I think I want the outcome to be. And a lot of times when we listen, we'll discover there's a better outcome that we didn't even think about and consider.
You know who you never have to negotiate with?
Who?
RMK Cartridge.
Oh my gosh, they're
Matthew
so fantastic.
Skinner, RMK Cartridge, is on the line with us. Matt, how you doing, man?
I'm doing quite well. Yourself?
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, last week you hit it out of the park, and I'm wondering, can you do it again? What's our business tip for today?
Relationship building. Make sure that you build great relationships with your customers, strictly because every once in a blue moon, it even happens at RMK Cartridge, that things don't necessarily go as planned. But if you have a very good relationship with your customers, they will forgive you at least once.
At least once. You know, and that is true. We are willing to forgive when we have a good relationship. It's when things just go bad one time, after another, and there's no real connection there.
That's right.
But I think in general, when you have that relationship that's pre-established, we are incredibly forgiving, especially as consumers. And so that's a great tip, Matt.
Well, and Matt, I can see, you and Kevin over there at RMK Cartridge, you guys are experts at that relationship business because your customers are flocking to the doors, and it's more than just refilling, remanufacturing, and taking care of toner unique cartridges, man.
Yeah, it's very, you have to connect with your customers. I mean, we like to know our customers on a personal level, just not on a business level. And we love when people just stop by and talk to us because, that opens more doors for us and also helps us help them find out exactly what they need. And, it does really matter when you do have personal relationships with the people you do business with.
All right, so RMK Cartridge, they are your friend in business, taking care of all your laser toner and ink cartridge needs. Tell our listeners, Matt, where you're located.
We're located at 5176 South Broadway. We're at the southeast corner of Bellevue and Broadway.
And phone number?
And our telephone number is 303-781-2076.
Let's do that number again.
303-781-2076.
Matt Skinner, thank you very much for calling in. You always add value to the show, man.
Excellent. Thank you, guys. You have a marvelous day.
You bet. Folks, don't go anywhere. Turn up the volume. The good doctor is in the house. We're living life on the bright side when we return on the Experience Pros radio show.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Small business is the backbone of America. And yet, collectively, 92% of all businesses have a less than stellar report card. The Growth Curve Institute will help you improve your report card and turn your natural velocity into performance acceleration. Check out Growth Curve Institute's upcoming skill shop that give you real-world tools that address and solve real-world challenges. Sign up for the next skill shop at sustainablegrowthleague.com. That's sustainablegrowthleague.com.
Hi, this is Bob Berg, co-author of The Go-Giver. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, the most positive business talk show in America.
What if people were bringing business to you instead of you chasing prospects? You're looking for relationships that can help grow your business, but you're only finding people who want to pick your brain or sell you something. Stop chasing. Attend the Extreme Relationship Management Workshop and turn your networking into net worth. To sign up, visit extremerelationshipmanagement.com and enter the promo code EXPERIENCEPROS for 20% off or call 720-425-1500. Extreme Relationship Management, the right relationships to build your business.
Imagine having a business partner watch over your computer systems day and night, actively responding to changing needs in your environment, helping make sure things run fast and smooth, protecting your valuable information. With Availability, our managed services platform, C-Squared Computer Consulting can provide 24/7 monitoring, manage updates, and optimize your systems. Let C-Squared be your business partner. Call us at 303-933-1113. Mention Experience Pros, and we'll waive the setup fee.
Sell your home quicker, make more money with less headaches. The Simonson team is ready and able to serve you, and you'll see why their customers love them. Krista and Dave work hard to earn your business. The RE/MAX Professionals, SimonsonTeam.com or 303-229-6026.
The number one asset your company has is your database. It takes time to develop those contacts and even more time to build relationships with them. Who has time for all that? Cyberterry of Littleton does. Hand off your database management to a highly qualified team of administrators who will treat your database with the care you expect. Cyberterry of Littleton, 720-350-4065 or cyberterry.com/Littleton. Do what you do best and let Cyberterry do the rest. cyberterry.com/Littleton.
Your photographs are your treasures. Your art collection means something to you. And that jersey you won in that silent auction is providing you with tons of bragging rights. So it matters where you have it framed. Trust your framing to the experts at Frame to Art. The experts with heart. What matters to you matters to Frame to Art. Don't drop your treasures off at a warehouse. Trust Frame to Art. 303-722-1525. Call 303-722-1525. Located just north of Dartmouth on South Broadway in Englewood. Frame to Art. It matters.
The Dave Ramsey Show. I wouldn't get in a mortgage deal with them. I wouldn't sign with them. I wouldn't co-sign with them. I wouldn't loan them money that they had to pay back. You're going to get them into a mess and a relationship mess with you. I would avoid that. Just make it real clean. That's how I view it.
Dave Ramsey, noon to 3 on KLZ 560, The Source.
Dave Ramsey at noon. America's Radio News at 3 on KLZ 560 The Source and 560thesource.com.
In business and in life, the glass is either half empty or half full. Problems are either obstacles or opportunities, and your choices make all the difference. Join Dr. Camillo DiLizia as he challenges you to gain the courage to be the change in your world today. And now, the Experienced Pros are proud to present Life on the Bright Side with Dr. D.
Seriously? I am in a seriously messed up relationship with my phone. I love my phone, but seriously is no good.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Oh, shoot. Dr. D, it's Life on the Bright Side. We are so glad that you are here. Can you do something about Eric's serious problems?
I don't know about the relationship with the phone thing, but I will help him with anything else that, that he has.
That you are nobody can help Eric with his phone
with his
thing.
phone issues.
No.
But I'm glad he's happy because happy is good.
Yes.
Is it?
Happy is good.
Dr. D, it is Life on the Bright Side.
It
What
is.
are we talking about today?
Did you ever notice that serious people are no fun?
Serious people.
What are you saying?
There you go. I triggered a response.
What are you saying? Serious people are no fun?
Yeah. Did you ever see a baseball player or a football player and they're light and they're light in their feet, they're light visibly, they're light in their voice and their tone, and they're ready to play and they're ready for anything that happens. Mm-hmm. They're not serious. They're ready to go. There's a difference. It's not that they're not intense or they're not focused or they didn't practice or they didn't train. They're just not serious. And what I had noticed is whenever I'm around people who are real serious, it's a bit of a downer. That doesn't mean, and I got this from meeting a lot of people at the chamber, South Metro Chamber. The really successful people are really light on their feet. They're not serious. It doesn't mean they're not good at what they do. They're actually great at what they do, okay? But they don't carry the weight of it with them for some reason. I always wondered how they did that. So I asked them, how do you do that? And here's what I got.
All right.
I got what you don't see is behind the scenes, the amount of work to prepare to feel comfortable for my job. That's where all the preparation comes in.
I totally agree with that.
Okay.
So they are prepared and organized.
They're prepared and organized, and now they're light on their feet.
Yeah, they look carefree, but it's because they did the homework.
Exactly right. And if you listen to football players especially, they get that carefree attitude. Even in a big game like in the Super Bowl, you were seeing the guys before the game, and you're going, why aren't they tense? And they all say the same thing. We practiced, we prepared, we know the game plan. Now we're just going to go execute.
Yep.
And that's it. It's that simple. So these successful people I watch and observe, and they're not serious, and they're happy, and they're rolling because they've done the homework behind the scenes. So when it's showtime for their customers and for their relationships, they're ready.
They're ready. They're comfortable. They know their stuff. Bring it on.
Yeah, and that's really one of the things we do is we have a morning meeting before patients to review everything and make sure that we're all well orchestrated to take care of their every needs when they come in. Mm-hmm. And that's what keeps, I like dancing around the office. I have a good time. And I have a good time because I'm light, because we rehearsed it and we know that when this person comes in, they need this special attention or that or whatever. And we just let it roll at that point in time and keep it light.
But you know in advance, you know before they even get there, how to prepare for that patient.
Right. There's an hour's worth of preparation before we start every day.
Absolutely.
And it's rehearsed to make sure we're good.
You know, Doc, you bring this up, and it reminds me very much. Many of the people who listen to the show know that I used to travel the world as a professional magician, and I did a trick called the linking rings. You know, those 8 little rings that go in and out of each other, as if by magic.
Yes.
And, well, to be honest with you, this is the most technically difficult trick I've ever had to learn, and I've done a lot of different things.
Really?
And my mentor, whose birthday was yesterday, happy birthday, Dwayne, he made me work on it for 5 years, and I'm like, I don't want to. It cramps my hands. It doesn't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel good. To the point where 5 years later, I was ready to go out and execute, and I did those rings all the time. The #1 most requested trick I ever did. Cameramen could come in from any angle and get whatever they wanted to get because there's nothing to see, and it looked flawless. Because I did the work.
The thousands of hours you put behind it made you look effortless.
Yep.
And it was light, and you weren't even thinking about it.
We do the same thing here at the radio show. And you know, when we have the VIP tours, one of the things I love the most, Angela, is you telling everybody, and their jaws hit the ground, that nothing that we do is scripted.
Well, that's not how it used to be.
No. But we put in the work on the front side, and we know who we're talking to. We know the topics about which they're talking. Right. We may not be able to pronounce the words from occasion, but you know?
Yeah.
Is that the thing of, it takes, 10,000 hours? What is it to become an overnight success?
10 years.
Yeah. Oh. Well, Joe Pesci. No. Yeah. Was it Joe Pesci who said it? I think it was. He said he was an overnight success. It took him 25 years to be an overnight success. Forget that movie. It was before Goodfellas, that movie.
Yeah, one of those Joe Pesci movies.
One of those, which I think, well, he's Italian, so I like him. That's the end of that. So, but it was a lot of years of work. And it's the same thing with everything else that we do in business. It's a lot of years of working really, really hard to make it effortless so you can take care of people, and it's second nature.
And so the work is still getting done, Dr. D. There is a time that the work is done and you're focused and concentrating, but when you're in front of people, when you're out and about and you're in front of your clients or your patients, that's where that carefree attitude makes it more fun. You can relax.
Oh, you have to be focused in what you're doing, but focus doesn't mean that you're so serious that you bring a heavy tone in there of gloom and doom. It means that you're intent and ready to go. You're well rehearsed. You're practiced. You've read everything you have to read. Your medical histories are clear. Your patients are going to be in good hands. You're ready to rock, and there's no hesitation on your point or your staff, because you guys know today we're doing this, and you're going to be fine.
All right.
So lighten up a little bit, in the immortal words of the late Heath Ledger, or the current words of the singer Pink. Why so serious?
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's good.
Well, life is brighter when you listen to Dr. D and you listen to the words of wisdom that he brings to the show every week. And when we talk about, and dentistry is one of those, I think, serious industries that you have. There's a lot of education. There's a lot of one-on-one interaction with your clients. They are very serious when they come in. And so being able to balance that out is why Dental Wellness at Dry Creek is such a professional dentist office in Centennial.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Why don't we give a little contact information for Dental Wellness at Dry Creek?
Oh, our phone number is 303-773-9400.
Okay, so Dr. D, what are you going to go do today that is not so serious?
It's my anniversary tomorrow. So my wife and I, at 26 years, so I'm going to go have fun at a jewelry store.
Oh, you could tell us all about it, and we'll give a scoop, and no one will know.
No, but she knows what's going to happen. She's a Jersey girl, and if it doesn't shine, she don't want it. So she knows what's coming her way. And she always acts surprised. I'm like, really? But she deserves it. She's the best.
Just love giving presents to people who love receiving presents.
She likes receiving those blingy things. I'll tell you that much. It puts a smile on her face.
How many years?
26.
26 years. Wow.
Well, congratulations and a happy anniversary.
Someone would stay with me that long. Amazing.
I can believe it.
You can? Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm blessed.
I've met your wife. You are both very blessed, and just kudos to you.
Thank you.
You've raised a beautiful family, 2 very thriving business practices between the two of you, and just we're thrilled to have you as part of the show every week.
And I just got to tell you, we seriously love you.
I knew that was coming.
Thanks, Dr. D. We appreciate you for being here. Folks, please don't go anywhere. More of the most positive business talk radio show in America coming up next.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
You know that the Experience Pros radio show runs on caffeine, but not just any coffee will do. We believe in Boyer's Coffee and their commitment to being Colorado proud. Their sustainable efforts give you a reason to serve Denver's finest coffee to your customers and employees, but it's the taste of their slow-roasted flavor that will have you drinking Boyer's Coffee yourself. Drink Boyer's Coffee. We do. Find out more about Boyer's commitment to your community at boyerscoffee.com.
Hi, everybody. It's Cheryl from ALMC Mortgage. Have you heard how low interest rates are right now? They are as low as they have been in 50 years. It's amazing. Don't you owe it to yourself to do a mortgage review? You might be able to save money on a refinance. Or if you're thinking about buying a home, now is the time to investigate your options. ALMC has lots of loan programs to fit your needs, including renovation loans if your property needs a little TLC. ALMC stands for All Loans Must Close, and we are committed to making sure that you will get the very best loan for you and your family. Call me today at 303-696-6933. If you're ready to buy a new home, an investment property, or if you need to refinance, go to my website at almcmortgage.com and let's get started. ALMC is more than you would expect and everything you deserve. ALMC is located in Aurora, Colorado, NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Hi, this is Eric, and here in Denver, you never know what the weather's going to be like from day to day. One thing you can count on is that when it snows, accidents happen. And when accidents happen, you need to know that you have a choice of auto body repair shops. Our friends at Nyland's Collision Center are the best when it comes to making your car look better than brand new. Put Nyland's on your speed dial, 303-761-9219, or visit them at nylundscollision.com. Nyland's Collision, winner of the Channel 7 A-List Best Body Shop.
Now there's a place where you can promote your favorite nonprofit organization and meet others who are just as passionate about theirs. My Favorite Nonprofit offers you a membership community where you can share, network, and promote the cause that you really care about, and learn about other opportunities with worthy organizations. Sign up for your free individual membership today and share the best thing that ever happened to your favorite nonprofit. You visit myfavoritenonprofit.com today.
Congratulations on landing the job. I'm really excited for you.
Thanks. How's your search going?
The job market's tight. I mean, I can barely get an interview, and I've got student loans to deal with. You're lucky, you know? The National Guard paid your loans off.
Luck. The Guard was a smart decision, one you can still make.
The National Guard Student Loan Repayment Program can pay up to $50,000 of your existing student loans. Get the details at nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Colorado National Guard, aired by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
Tell your staff to tune in daily to the Experience Pros radio show. Business training and inspiration from national experts are here for you every day on the Experience Pros radio show. Start your week by learning a great new business skill. Tune in midweek to boost your positive attitude, and be sure to always end your week with Fan Braggin' Friday. The Experience Pros radio show is here for you every day, changing the way people treat people in business. Join the revolution and tune in to the Experience Pros radio show, weekday business training designed to inspire you to get your business right.
Breaking news from the nation's capital, America's Radio News. Live mornings 4 to 7, afternoons from 3 to 5 on KLZ 560, The Source.
Every business has its own unique set of challenges, and yours is no different. The Experience Pros are your collaborative partners as they present solutions to common issues in business. And now it's time for Up and Over from Down Under, featuring serial entrepreneur Michael Russo.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show, where we are always excited because today is the day that we bring Michael Russo all the way out of deep sleep in Adelaide, Australia. Michael Russo, welcome to the broadcast, my friend.
Thank you very much. Good morning to both of you. How is everybody today?
We are doing fantastic, Michael, and how's life in Australia?
Happy anniversary.
Oh yes, thank you. Yes, no, it was wonderful. No, life in Australia is great at the moment. It was raining today, but normally it's hot. It's great. It's great.
All right. So what are we talking about?
Well, look, I thought you may remember from last week I said I had to take off straight after our call. I ended up doing a 5-hour drive up to see a client of mine in the country. And I thought today I'd actually tell you a little bit about that experience. So I've titled today's episode Customer Segregation. Not something you normally want to do with most people, but with your customers it's fine. I give you permission. So one of the biggest mistakes that most small business owners make is actually treat all their customers the same. Now, you might offer the same product or deliver the same service to customers, but within your core customer base, you find many different needs. And what you need to do is learn how to cater to those individual needs for each client segment that you have. And this was hammered home to me last week when I actually went to a little country town called Coburn in South Australia. Now, just to give you bit of an idea where this place is, it's about 470 kilometres, that's almost 300 miles from where I live. It was out in the middle of nowhere, literally. It was right on the border between South Australia and New South Wales. For about 3 hours of the drive, there was nothing but scrub to look at on both sides of the road for as far as the eye could see. And if you weren't careful, you'd be hitting kangaroos. So, you know, seriously out in the middle of nowhere. But it was really interesting because I went and had a chat with the owners of this particular hotel, Meredith and Ryan, and these two are some really creative business owners. And they've only had the pub for probably about a year. It's been sitting there since 1889, but they've had it for about a year. And they've done some really, really interesting things to try and build this place up. Now, you need to understand there's only about 70 people in this town, so it's a very, very different world out there. And I honestly didn't think I'd be going out there to be learning some new marketing strategies, but I thought I'd give you a bit of an idea of what they come up with. Do you want to hear what they are all about?
I would love to hear, because if you're in a town of only 70 people, you know, you can't just have them coming back over and over again every day. And so I would love to hear how they did this.
Well, actually, you hit the nail on the head, because the first thing that Meredith told me was that, you know, they basically have three main customer bases as part of their market segregation that they do when they divide up who's coming in the door. The first one's actually the locals and travellers. Now, both of those are regular, frequent visitors, but they spend very little money and they don't stay for a generously long period of time. You know, usually the locals come in, they have a drink, they leave. They come in for a chat more than anything else, and the travellers usually do the same thing. You know, they stop for a short period of time, they move on again. The second segment they have is actually the outlining towns. Now, you know, I think the closest town to them was about 60 or 70 kilometres away. So, I mean, it's quite a drive just to pop up the road and see your neighbour. But what they actually did is they actually bought a bus. And at the end of every weekend, they actually went into the outlying towns. They picked up everybody they could in the bus, brought them back to the pub, and then at the end of the night, they delivered them home again. And their friends come along, they put on a bit of a show for them, you know, that sort of thing, and it brings people out of the woodwork that they wouldn't normally have coming to see them. The third main segment that they actually had was actually miners who come to the town from the local mine, usually about once a week. Now, these guys, they don't get out much, okay? They get to the ground most of the time. They come in, they spend anywhere up to, you know, $200, $250 a pop each, and they will, you know, they're just looking for something a little bit different. So they generally put on a little bit of extra spread for them. They offer meals, they offer a whole bunch of extras that they generally don't put on for their other customers throughout the week. And it was really interesting because for her it was just a matter of, you know, business as usual. But for me, I'm sitting there thinking, man, I don't know if she's realised this, but she's actually segmented her market to make sure that she caters to every customer individually. And look, to great success. You know, they've got outback events and things that they throw throughout the year, all these different things that they do to encourage people to come and visit them. Great job that they've done.
Well, it sounds brilliant, Michael. When you talked about the bus, here in New York City, they have what they call the jitney that takes people from the city out to the Hamptons on the weekends, too. So, you know, the whole thing of putting everybody on the bus, I think is kind of brilliant.
Get them on the bus and bring them in. If they're not going to come in by themselves,
but that is so smart, Michael, because we often hear people don't really know not only one of who their target market is or who their ideal client is, but this company actually was able to identify 3 different client groups.
And the thing is, they actually did it in such a small town. So the trouble you have with small towns, and this happens all over the world, they tend to die very slowly. They don't die quickly. They die very, very slowly and very painfully. People disappear, people go away, you know, big industry leaves them, things like that, and they're left on their own to sort of survive as best they can. So these guys have actually taken the bull by their horn. They've actually come in here, brand new business owners. Ryan actually originally comes from the town, but they've actually come back into the town and they're reinvigorating it. They're doing a good job. It's fantastic.
Well, congratulations to them. And that's so funny because, you went out there, you had your preconceived notions, what you expected. You didn't expect to learn something from them. And yet, I think that everywhere we look, we can learn a marketing tip anytime we turn around.
Truth.
Yeah, and if you actually have a look at the PDF that I've done this week for Experience Pros, which you can download from your beautiful-looking website.
As soon as we get that new page up there, brother, I'm working on it.
Oh, you're working on it. You'll actually see a couple of photos there of Meredith and Ryan and of the hotel itself. I've also given a quick overview of what we actually did for ourselves in our own retail stores a number of years ago, where we did the same thing. And once again, I hadn't thought about how we'd actually done this. We just sort of did it as naturally catering to our customers. But we did a similar thing with our own customer base. So I've got top 3 tips for today. Top tip number 1, don't assume your customers are the same, because they're not. Top tip number 2, find out what they want and give it to them before they ask for it. In fact, that's one of Steve Jobs' little mantras that he used to use throughout his life. And top tip number 3, keep your service as flexible as possible so you can actually cater your product in slightly different ways to your different market segments that you have.
Well, Michael, that is actually brilliant. I love that you come in every week, not only with your stories that we can all relate to as business owners, as entrepreneurs, and in small business. You always have your top 3 tips. You always have a PDF that the listeners can download from our website. You are so organized and always so pulled together. Can we have some updates on what's going on with Bankruptcy Rocks TV? Maybe with the baby.
You start with the baby.
Asleep, which is nice, sleeping 3 to 4 hours a night, which is wonderful. The show's nothing different with the show. We're still doing a little bit of filming, but the main problem is late last year we lost one of our sponsors that we had been working with, and the next reinvigoration of attacking the sponsorship bandwagon is actually in April for half a dozen of the companies that we're dealing with. It's just when their next cycle of funding comes through. So in the meantime, I, as I said, started a new business in December, and if all things go well, and they are at the moment, we're doing hundreds of thousands of dollars in business just in the last few months. I'm hoping to be able to generate enough profit out of this little venture that I've done to actually fund the balance of what we need for the show myself. So we'll see how we go, but that's the plan.
Well, it's always good to have a plan, and congratulations to you with all the success that you're seeing. And thank you so much for the tips. Having different product offerings or catering to our clients isn't as difficult. When we think, well, I have to be all personalized and individual, we think you have to do 10,000 different things. But in this case, all it was 3 different product offerings.
And bringing people who would not normally come into your sales cycle, going out, reaching out to them, and bringing them in, making it convenient to come in, makes all the sense in the world. Michael Russo, you are not only a serial entrepreneur, you are our good friend. We appreciate you for calling in every day.
No worries. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
All right. Angel, I can't help but think, all the way, this show reaches all the way down to Adelaide, Australia, right? And here's a guy who is brilliant at what he does, and he wakes up in the middle of the morning. It's 4 a.m.
You do the same thing.
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about him.
Sorry. Oh, okay.
And he adds value to our listeners, and I just think that is so cool.
It is absolutely so cool. We are blessed to have Michael, and I know a lot of people tune in every Wednesday just to hear
a lot of ladies
that accent.
Yeah.
And and he could tell us you could go and just drive a bus all day, and we go, okay, Michael.
Right.
That's a good idea.
As long as you just say that word again. All right. Hey, we know that you probably have a favorite nonprofit. I have a favorite nonprofit. We all have favorite nonprofits. And in our next segment, we're going to talk about who...
I was going to say, wouldn't you like to have a favorite nonprofit too?
Yeah. All right. We're going to talk about a great nonprofit organization that is coming up next on the Experience Pros radio show. Please don't go anywhere. You're listening to Angel and Eric.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Keeping your dollars local is important to the owners of Trinity Title. Jeff, Sherry, and Robert will never outsource the processing of your title insurance to another state or overseas. They'd rather keep your neighbors employed and actively engaged in the community. The next time you're selling or refinancing your mortgage, ask for Trinity Title to insure you. Find Trinity Title online at trinity-title.com. Keeping your business local keeps America employed. Call Trinity Title at 303-470-1213. 303-470-1213.
Hey, Rick, are you coming to the networking event tonight?
I don't know. Seems like all I ever do is network, and all I have to show for it's a stack of business cards. I'm not sure networking is helping me get more customers.
That's how I felt until I went to the Extreme Relationship Management Workshop. They taught me how to find all the gold nuggets in that stack of business cards. You should go.
How do I find out more?
Simply go to extremerelationshipmanagement.com and enter the promo code ExperiencePros to get 20% off.
extremerelationshipmanagement.com. Thanks.
Extreme Relationship Management, the right relationships to build your business.
When it comes to dental wellness, you have an abundant choice. Dental Wellness at Dry Creek offers 5-star family care at discount prices well below the area average. Dr. Camillo DiLizia and his professional staff welcome you with the amenities of a day spa and decades of experience to assure you the most comfortable dental experience possible. Insurance is accepted and emergencies are always seen immediately. Please visit Dental Wellness at Dry Creek to see for yourself why your next dentist is Dr. DiLizia. Visit dentalwellnessdc.com or call 303-773-9400.
Hi, this is Dr. D, living life on the bright side here on the Experience Pros radio show. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and care for your family's dental wellness.
When your wedding, fundraiser, or special charity event needs attention to every detail, turn your attention to the Food Guy Catering. The Food Guy customizes their menu to your desires. Contact them today at 303-727-9200 or at thefoodguy.net.
All leads groups are not created equal. When a sense of community and solid connection are important to you and your business is on the line, the Colorado Association of Sales Helpers, or CASH Group, is the place for you. The CASH Group provides an excellent way to grow your business through word-of-mouth referrals. Tom Harper of the Food Guy Catering says, I've been networking for over 25 years, and the CASH Group is the most professional, effective, and fun group of people I've ever had the pleasure of working with. Al Pridemore of Pride Auto Care says he wouldn't trade this group of people for anything. The CASH Group, more than just a leads group, it's a family business. Based in Centennial, visit the CASH Group online at cashgroup.com.
Lucky you, because you get to listen to the Laura Ingraham Show mornings on the legendary KLZ.
Crawford Broadcasting in Denver has an immediate opening for an account executive to help increase station revenue and grow sales by building relationships with local businesses. If you're looking to thrive in a dynamic professional work environment, are open-minded to new marketing concepts, proficient in Word, Excel, and Outlook, send us a cover letter and resume to klzjobs@crawfordbroadcasting.com. Come join the team at the Colorado Conservative. KLZ 560 The Source. KLZ and Crawford Broadcasting is an equal opportunity employer.
This is Bill O'Reilly, and I'm looking out for you. Now you can hear my talking points twice daily on KLZ, mornings at 7:30, and the afternoon edition at 5:30 on The Source, AM 560, KLZ.
Nonprofit organizations serve our community in a host of ways, and yet, until now, there's never been one place to find out about causes that are really extraordinary. It's time for Nonprofits Who Care, hosted by Ralph Grills, founder of My Favorite Nonprofit.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. It is time for Nonprofits Who Care. Causes are really extraordinary. Ralph Grills is leading the conversation. Ralph, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, guys. I'm real excited to be back today. And today we have a real exciting guest. It's Mike Wiesner with Adalante Foundation. And he's going to tell us a little bit more about what they do, because they help a lot of people in Honduras. And tell us, Mike, what actually you guys do in Honduras.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
So microfinance as an industry basically offers financial services to the marginalized poor.
Mm-hmm.
So we've taken that methodology or that model and applied it to the rural areas of Honduras. To give you an idea, our average loan size is less than $150, and it's facilitated through a group lending model. So all of our loans are actually given to groups of women, and that way they're non-collateralized. So you can actually you can give what's called a character-based loan, which allows for you to serve the poorest of the poor, people who would otherwise not have access to financial services or really any kind of collateral to be able to leverage.
Now, Mike, I would imagine that with the Adalante Foundation and giving these microfinancial loans, because they're non-collateralized, and what that means to me is that you're not securing the loan, but it's more based on the character of the people, the group, right? I would imagine that repayment is, because it's a group, is higher. Yes?
Of course. Basically, what we've seen in microfinance worldwide, that you have between a 95% and 98% repayment rates. And that has to do with this whole idea that the social pressure, the social cohesion that's created with this group lending model,
right,
makes it work, and it works all over the world. And
so the entire group is responsible for the loan, is what you're trying to say?
Basically, what happens is you each woman applies for a loan, but within the group, you make the loan to the group. Therefore, if one woman can't repay, the group is still responsible.
So is the group allowed to decide which people are going to be getting the loan since they're responsible as well?
It's a very important aspect to the methodology, that the group actually has to pick the people that are involved in their group, because these are women within your community that you know, and we're trusting that the group model that will work better than any other, necessarily taking collateral, for instance.
That's interesting. How long have you been doing this?
I personally have been involved for 7 years now, and the organization itself has been giving loans since September of 2000, so 12 years.
And what they made decide the organization to choose Honduras for doing these loans?
Our founder is an American citizen who was born in Honduras, and in 1998 there was a huge hurricane that went through Central America called Hurricane Mitch, wiped out Honduras. He was actually working for Lockheed Martin, decided that he wanted to go back and really do some research on how he could help his countrymen, came to two conclusions. One was that the only real way to sustainable development is through microfinance, and the other is that the areas that need it most are the rural areas.
Yeah, because they were showing some statistics online about Honduras and the really poverty level. Can you discuss more how that is being affected?
Well, it's the poverty runs deep in Honduras, unfortunately. The reality is that every year it competes with Nicaragua for whoever is the poorest in the Western Hemisphere behind Haiti.
Really?
It has 51% unemployment, and that is only counting the eligible workforce, which does not include women, and one of the other major reasons that we focus our program on women. But there's just no job opportunities, and so what you have left socially is a lot of unwed mothers to a lot of children that don't have any means of support. They have no opportunity to find work because they're not considered eligible workers, and at the same time, there's just no opportunity within the country.
Okay, so let's say a woman in Honduras gets a microloan. What would they do? Start a business? What do they do with the proceeds from those loans?
So that's the whole intent of the program, and the methodology is to help women start income-generating businesses. This is not charity. This is an actual loan, and in order for the methodology to work, they have to repay the loan. In order for them to be able to do that, they have to do something that generates them some income. And so what we do is we have developed a business development education component that goes along with this.
I was going to ask about that. Okay, so we have some money and we have some idea that doesn't necessarily mean we're adept at running a business, as many of us small entrepreneurs know. And so you actually have business development as well.
You bet. It's our philosophy is that business is not intuitive, and so therefore you can basically have the same conversations you would have at the board level of Coca-Cola in these rural communities in Honduras. How do you price a product? How do you market it? What's customer service mean? How do you get competitive advantage? Very simple but sophisticated topics.
Mike, what kind of businesses have you seen get started?
So again, our main focus is in the rural areas with clients and with women who've never had loans before. They've never had businesses before.
Or a job.
They've never had this much money in their hand at once before.
So really no skill.
Yeah, and so we're taking them from 0 to 60, so to speak, and what we've seen, the majority is that about 70% of our clientele in the beginning do retail, where they're bringing products from the bigger cities into their local communities. What that does generate economic stimulus in these little communities that actually also grows other businesses and economic activity. Beyond that is manufacturing. 20% of our clients do manufacturing, making breads, cookies, things like that. Most of them live on delivery lines or bus lines. And then the kind of the cream of the crop of the 10% are they raise livestock. We found that one of the most lucrative products in Honduras are pigs, because they gestate every 8 months and they have a litter of 9 to 10, and very, very lucrative.
Good money in reproduction.
Right.
Our guest is Mike Wiesner with the Adalante Foundation. Some contact information, if you will.
You bet. It's Mike at AdalanteFoundation.org, and the phone number is 303-570-3322.
All right, and the website again is AdalanteFoundation.org. That's spelled ADELANTE foundation.org.
Right.
And it's brilliant.
And can they find that at myfavouritenonprofit.com as well?
Mike and I are talking about having them on My Favorite Nonprofit as we speak.
Yeah, that would probably be the easiest is to go to My Favorite Nonprofit and get in touch with Ralph, or if any of the guests that you hear, the nonprofits, the charities that he brings on the show, myfavouritenonprofit.com. Ralph, great guest.
Well, thank you. And if you do go to our site and hit the radio segment on the radio tab, you'll see the different interviews that we've had on the Experience Pro Radio.
You bet. There's all kinds of great nonprofit organizations available for your consideration at myfavouritenonprofit.org. And
myfavorite.nonprofit.
Oh, I'm sorry, I said .org. It's .com. Mm-hmm. Thank you for correcting me.
That's okay. If you hit .org, it will go to .com.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, well,
So I saved you on that one.
Yes, you did. All right. Mike Wiesner, a parting thought. How can people get involved with you?
We're always looking for volunteers locally and internationally, as well as advocates and donors.
If you would like to get in the support side of helping Adalante Foundation help people in Honduras and get their economy back where it needs to be, really,
exactly,
and some dignity for the people who are hungry for that, certainly give them a shout out as well.
Sounds like a great organization. As a matter of fact, my ex-wife, her parents were beekeepers in Honduras. So
Really?
they did, and they did like a midlife crisis because they volunteered like in their 40s and went down to Honduras and went doing the bee, and they did the bee beard.
Yeah,
you saw the pictures of these bees just covering their face, which I wouldn't be able to do.
No.
But there's money in honey.
That's right.
Absolutely.
You said it.
All right. Well, again, myfavouritenonprofit.com is the website that you can go to find out more about Ralph Grills. If you have a favorite nonprofit, you can sign up for free there. And, of course, myfavouritenonprofit.com is a part of the Extreme Customer Service Directory. And, we want you to come visit us there at experiencepros.com/directory. Now, thank you for listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show. As always, your challenge is this. Give somebody a 20-second kiss today. I'm not talking locking lips. I'm talking kindness is so simple.
KLZ 560, The Source.
The 2012 Conoco